Detroit Pistons clinched the Central Division. I know I'm a little bit on the late freight, busy weekend. Yeah, I mean, sheesh. I know they still battling in the West. It's a 2-game difference last time I checked between OKC and the Spurs. For a young team like the Spurs, that's important. For the Pistons, they never won a playoff game at Little Caesars, so they'd be looking to get their first playoff victory at Little Caesars, and hopefully their first playoff victory in quite some time. I think right now they have 56 wins. I have another video about going for 60. But check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very, very interesting going forward. But it's a huge accomplishment. I heard Tobias pop his shit to Philadelphia fans, and he didn't do this, and we kept Jimmy Butler over here. Jimmy Butler didn't want to be there. That's the wild thing about it. Jimmy Butler said the two dudes and Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, they really didn't want to win. They didn't put the work in. So, sitting here talking about we lost Jimmy Butler, y'all didn't have the sauce to win, to be honest. The coaching was abysmal. Y'all blame Ben Simmons, your own teammates. The end of the Sixers was when they threw the Ben Simmons under the bus for missing that layup, and they named Doc Rivers' name, dropped him, Joel Embiid's name. It was a wrap. It was a wrap after that. It was a wrap. Didn't even matter. Once you do that, you break the trust of the team. You don't name drop. You don't name drop. You don't point the finger at nobody. That's just something that you don't do. We win as a team, we lose as a team. All right? But, and he said, y'all go enjoy being in the fucking play-in. And it's like, they headed to Tobias Harris, y'all wasn't going to win with Jimmy Butler, without Jimmy Butler, with Tobias Harris. It just was what it was. With Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, y'all was going absolutely nowhere. And that's what it is. Every time the going got tough, somebody got injured, somebody got tired. Y'all tried to throw Jimmy in there, Tobias in there, Paul George in there, James Harden in there, and it just ain't worked. And truth be told, it's time to turn over the keys to that backcourt of Tyrese Maxey and that VJ guy. It's time for them to have a team, move on from Joel, move on from Paul George. It's time for them two young bulls to take Philly to the next level. But no, Detroit playing as a team. They playing as a team. Whether the ball is moving, if you open, you shoot it. If you that guy to take the last shot and they believe in Dennis Jenkins, it's no ego being involved. You take that last shot. Herter done found the rhythm. Duncan, he's shooting the ball pretty well. Jalen Duren is proving his worth. So, the conventional thought is when Cade went down, they were going to sink. And what happened was JB Bickerstaff was able to, flex his coaching ability. And they was able to adjust. They had a plan. Why is the sheriff on here? Oh, he on the phone like that. The sheriff over here with the speed gun for. But yeah, have his ability to make the adjustment, and they say, hey, big fella, we gonna ride your back. No Diddy. You and Dennis Jenkins, we gonna do this thing, and everybody done found the role. The Bird done found the little rhythm. Herter done found his shot. Duncan is shooting better, seemed like it. Jenkins has found his rhythm. Jalen Duren been, stepped it up from what he's been doing all year. So, JB just, I think leaving Cleveland and battling with Devon Mitchell about, taking the ball out of saying guys like Mitchell, they never understand. The best place for the ball is not in your hands 90% of the time. You ain't going to win like that. You're not going to win. And, if he never going to figure it out that if you take the ball out of my hand a little bit and get me moving versus a set defense and get me moving and getting easy buckets, he ain't going to never figure it out. And that's what JB was probably trying to show him. Because as much as he believed that, we gonna win a championship on the back of me, really Cleveland go as far as Evan Mobley go. Truth be told, Evan Mobley is he's a way more important, player than Devon Mitchell for them. But I think JB is starting to show his imprint on kind of what he wanted in Cleveland. I think really the reason why you ain't really seen even more ball movement from Detroit is because Cade is so good. But in reality, this is how every NBA team should be moving. And in those critical moments where you might, be falling behind, or you need to close a quarter out strong, or you need to close the game out, that's when you give it to your Cades and your superstar players, But you gotta let everybody get into a rhythm first. You gotta let everybody get into a rhythm. Let everybody get into a rhythm. But 56 wins, first place 2 years ago, 14 games, winning total. Says a lot about what was already here. Says a lot about what was added by Terajan Langdon and JB Bickerstaff. Says a lot about Jesus, man. It's just so much. I hate when people want to get in front of you and go slow. Like, this guy jumped in front of me and you going the same speed as the car that was in front of you. It makes no sense. But it just says a lot about, the resilience of the team. And one of the more important things is that, they've been through the ups and downs together. And they was able to survive. So they knew what it was like to be down. And now they know what it feel like to be up. So it's a beautiful thing, man. They play together. Everybody understand their roles. It seemed like they love each other. They bond together. They play well with each other. They get along with each other. You know what I'm saying? And they play as a unit. So now it's just going through, the process that, every good team go through. San Antonio going through it. Oklahoma City already went through it. Now you're going through the real trenches. The playoffs. So, how to win in the playoffs. So we'll see. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, Christian Chansky notifications. We go live, drop video. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe. Check out your Pistons playlist. Peace.